These GoPro cameras, there's got to be a better option than this. I got to come up with something different. The reason I use GoPros is because they're handy. The problem is that they just don't hold their battery and all sorts of crap. So anyways, I'm climbing up in the back of my trailer here, and it's a walking floor or a live floor trailer, and you can see how it works. I think you saw it in other videos how it works, but you didn't see how you get it to sweep it out. And normally the the guy that loads the trailer is pretty good about getting it all the way to the forward on top of this tarp, but thankfully the tarp, he didn't this time, because the tarp had let's see, yeah, because the tarp had folded up on me and blew off the thing. And somewhere in there is a very heavy rubber mat that I'm gonna have to dig out. But in order for this to sweep clean, it has to have enough weight on the tarp to actually push the lime that is on the floor forward. And if you don't have that, it will leave about 6 to 8 inches of material across the whole bottom of your floor, and you have to shovel it off. So I was able to get the tarp pulled out and behind it, so that I could shovel about 1,000 pounds of stuff to the edge of the tarp and actually cause it to sweep out. So now that I've got that, it's I'm pretty happy actually. I've got it where I want it. Now I can go and fire up the whole thing. And this lime is a lot drier than the first batch that I got. There's probably a third again more in here because the water content isn't as high. First day I went in, it had rained, and when it rains, it gets really wet and causes, you know, causes you to have a lot more actual product. So it's better when it doesn't rain and it's dry, because you get more for less. The spreader doesn't seem to care one way or the other. Oh shit. Let me get up in here. So, there we go. Okay, you're looking at the ceiling. All right, let's get out there, see how she goes. I'll probably spread a little bit today. I do have video of the spreader. Tim's sending it to me. He took it on his phone, and I've got some on this GoPro, but yep. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, push. There is another setting on this thing that will work. It is a 1, 2 push, but 1, 2, 3 push. Is it going to cause the slats on the floor to wear out prematurely? Maybe a little bit, but I really don't care. It's the trailer was bought to do a job. I didn't buy this trailer to do one job. I bought this trailer to do many jobs, and slats aren't really that expensive to put in yourself. You just pull them out, flip them around, wear out the next set, and go for broke. And that's what it goes. That's how it goes. So there you go. And that's how it's going to be the whole entire time, all the way out. If you want to see me put it in high speed, I do it this way. So Halco has this high speed system. You just go like that, and it'll go 1/3 faster. Okay, 1, 2, push. So it really unloads quick, and nice. It does a nice job. It does the outside slat and on both sides so that you don't have anything hung up on the inside, or on the inside or the outside of that. You're not supposed to get behind these things in case of that sort of thing, but I kind of like to look and see if everything is working properly. And yes, the tarp is coming along with it. What I'm going to do now is actually pull ahead a little bit, because I don't want it to wear back and forth like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna pull ahead about 2 feet, and there she goes. Some limes, let me get this on my face. Some limes get really hard, tacky from setting. This has been here for a couple of months, and I haven't touched it in a couple of months. I just stuck the shovel in there, just like that. This was put here a couple days ago. Consistency is the same. That's really what you want. When I was a kid, we had lime, and it would get real cakey. And then it was not a easy thing to spread because it was all caked up. But I actually like this lime. It spreads wonderfully. And you'll see that in the video either already or in a little bit, depending on if I posted it or not. So I'm gonna shut this off and finish up, and I'll show you what the inside of the trail looks like when it's swept out. Tires weigh about twice Okay, so I guess this will be the first spread with the Chandler. We'll see where I can get to with it. I'm thinking I'm just gonna, oh my God, this thing has had a Sasquatch in it. It has, it really has. So anyway, the Chandler's back there. I'm gonna go out in the front field there in front of my grandmother's house, and we'll see how that goes. Ooh, the tractor's cold. And this shit's heavy. God already. It's had a freaking huge person in here. Said I'd snap axles if I turned it too sharp, but who the hell knows? I will tell you this, it's heavy. It is not light. It is not light at all. I got 6.5 to be fine. Lights we got. Oh yeah. So let's give her a shot. So I guess the first thing I could say is that I'm going to put it out here where I have ripped the ground. And I'm not going to do it on the direction I ripped the ground. I'm going to do it in a direction against how I ripped the ground. And before I do that, I got to slow my engine down, and I'm going to start that up. She's moving. So we're supposed to have a 40-foot spread pattern. You can see it's going on out there. Going approximately 6 miles per hour in order to get the desired rate on. And when I get down to the other end, I should move over a little bit. Yeah, when I get down to the other end, I'll turn around and I'll put the camera on the spreader, and you can see how it chucks it on there. Seems like it's doing its job. So you really want to put this stuff on after you rip like this to get it incorporated into the soil where it needs to go. It will go down those slots, and I will talk to you about that later. This is an extraordinarily wet spot right here that I ripped, and lo and behold, the water is gone. And I'm hoping that this thing does not plug up, and I'm doing a terrible job of spreading it correctly. Honestly, it should be going farther than that, but I should be closer to the edge there, but that's okay. I'm looking backwards a lot, so what I will do is I will come up here and I will turn around and I'm going to shut that off, and I'm going to take a look as to what I've done, and at least now I can see what I've got. So I'm going to look at the spread pattern real quick, and then I'm going to put you guys on the back because we're running out of daylight, and I just really want to see what we've got here. Wow, the soil is just so soft from that. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what we want to see, right? This is what we want to see. This is approximately a ton and 300 pounds. So 2,300 pounds to the acre. And during the first rainstorm that we have, it's going to wash it right down into those slots and wherever else. Yeah, I am quite pleased actually from what I'm seeing right now. And I've shut it off here, so it looks like snow, and those are my markers, believe it or not. I can see that. So you see how low to the ground that is though? That's what concerns me about this spreader. Oh, and look at that. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? So what's it look like going in here? Let's see. It's doing its thing. I got a feeling we're probably going to end up with a bridge. Probably are going to end up with a bridge, and I'm going to be screwing around with a shovel. But there you go.